Welcome to Tech Bytes and News, your daily roundup of articles featured in Hacker News. Today, we're diving into a fascinating project, Parlang, a toy concurrent programming language. It's got a really cool interactive playground, which lets you experiment with its unique concurrency model.
That sounds awesome. So what makes Parlang so special? Is it the concurrency model?
Exactly. It's based on linear logic, which might sound intimidating, but it actually leads to some really elegant properties. The key is that processes communicate via channels, and each channel has only two endpoints in different processes. This prevents deadlocks. No more those frustrating programming nightmares.
No deadlocks? That's a huge win. How does it work in practice? I mean, how do you actually write programs in this language?
Well, the language has two main syntactic categories: expressions and processes. Process syntax is more fundamental, but expression syntax is much more user-friendly. It's like, a higher-level abstraction built on top. You define processes that communicate through channels, sending values or signals. Closing channels is explicit, which is crucial for maintaining the deadlock-free guarantee.
So closing channels is mandatory? That sounds restrictive. Doesn't that limit flexibility?
I see your point. It might seem restrictive at first, but it's actually what makes the whole system work so well. It enforces a discipline that prevents those nasty deadlocks. Plus, it makes reasoning about concurrency much easier. Think of it as a safety net, ensuring your programs behave predictably.
Okay, I'm starting to get it. So what about more advanced features? Does it handle recursion? What about data structures like lists?
Absolutely. Recursion is handled elegantly using begin and loop keywords. It's a really clean way to express iterative processes. And lists are implemented as channels that send items one by one, then signal the end. It's all channels, really. Even functions are channels. It's quite elegant.
That's incredibly clever. So everything is a channel? Even numbers and strings?
Not yet, actually. Primitive types like strings and numbers are missing from the current implementation, but the language is expressive enough to implement them. It's a work in progress, The author mentions a type system with linear types is on the horizon.
Ah, I see. So it's a research project, really. But the core concepts are very promising. The interactive playground must be a great way to learn and experiment.
Absolutely. The playground is a key part of the project. It lets you compile and run code, see the compiled process language, and interact with the running programs. It's a fantastic way to get a feel for how the language works. And there's even a Rust crate, Par, which is a full implementation of session types.
Wow, this Parlang project is really impressive. It's a great example of how elegant concurrency can be achieved with a well-designed language. Thanks for explaining it.
My pleasure. It's a really exciting project, and I encourage everyone to check out the GitHub repository and the interactive playground. And that's all the time we have for today's Tech Bytes and News. Thanks for listening, and goodbye.
Bye-bye.